In response,
Hello and welcome to the day.
thank you for spending your time with us. I am Joel.
And I'm Jake.
Welcome back to another episode of the Quiet Speculation Friday show, presented to you by Jake and Joel Are Magic. This week, rotation is upon us. Ixalan is nigh. What does that mean for you and your cards? We'll let you know.
Mostly it just means get rid of them. Speaking of Ixalan, we're going to talk about one of my favorite creatures in the set, a 1 blue Curse Catcher variant.
Bum, ba, bum.
So get stoked. We're going to be going over that.
While we're talking about Ixalan, I want to talk about a card that was spoiled that proves that Ramanop Red is going nowhere. All of that and more on this week's episode of the Quiet Speculation Friday show. We have got a lot to talk about today, but as we untap, upkeep, and draw, I just want to real quick touch on the fact that Wizards of the Coast acknowledged a leak for once. For once. They never do. I understand why they don't. Their official reasoning for why they don't is if they start saying, no, that's real, or no, that's not real, yes, this is real, it proves some leaks, it doesn't prove some leaks.
Yeah.
Their silence would mean yes in some cases, so they just have to ignore all of them.
I mean,
but,
what do you do? You know, it's like you honestly just have to say nothing in this world.
Exactly, because anybody could start a random rumor, and if they said nothing, that means yes. If they say no, there's a no or a yes. It just gets too confusing for their PR, so I completely understand it. However, mad props to Wizards on actually acknowledging this Ixalan sheet leak from our times. It was ridiculous that this would spoil. We've already complained about this on our channel. The fact that they told us what happened, they told us that this dude stole it, they told us that this moron then tried to sell it. Yeah. I mean, if you got away with stealing some sheet of a set that hadn't been released yet, put it in your closet, frame it, and be like, haha, look at that, friends, I stole this thing. Aren't I a cool thief? Don't sell it, you moron. What an idiot. Anyway.
And if you want to take our advice on that one, good luck to you.
Just mad props to Wizards for telling us what happened, telling us that there's legal action ensuing, just being like, yeah, it changed preview season, and here are all the cards that were on that sheet at once. I thought it was stupendous. I thought it was graceful. They did a great job. Mad prop. Well done. Well done, Wizards. Well done.
Do you and your hand need a moment there?
Maybe.
Should I leave the room
Possibly.
for you? Okay.
Give us a second.
Okay, great. Getting right into our main phase, we are at rotation.
It is happening.
Which means that if you're playing a bunch of standard notable cards, just get ready to say goodbye to them.
This is an enormous rotation, guys. Ixalan is the beginning of the end for a ton of sets.
Yeah.
And
that's true, and it's great because it's going to shake up the meta.
Absolutely,
we're going to see a bunch of new
I'm
strategies.
So tired of seeing Eldrazi. Oh, God.
Yeah, Eldrazi. Goodbye to all those man lands.
Oh, thank goodness.
If you played in Battle for Zendikar, there's like 3 cards you need to worry about getting rid of right now. That's Gideon, Ulamog, and Draina, which is only worth like $4 itself.
So the battle cards are Draina, Gideon, and Ulamog.
Yeah,
dump them.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, if you're still sitting on them, you're kind of too late. People are settling into Ixalan is coming. Right. Like, if you're playing zombies right now, get rid of the deck. If anyone wants to take it off your hands for a reasonable price, get rid of it. Because Relentless Dead, Diregraph Colossus, Liliana, the Last Hope from Eldritch Moon.
Right.
You have Crypt Breaker, Collective Brutality, Kalidas. All of these cards are leaving. You know, we can tell you, we could go through a list of cards that are leaving from these sets. But honestly, if you search the set and you put price highest to lowest, you're able to sort of like go through your collection quickly and figure out, what do I not need? What is likely going to not see modern playability? Speaking of modern playability, Eldritch Moon had the most modern playable cards.
Yeah.
What does this mean?
Of the rotation sets.
Yeah, of the rotating sets. With Spellqueller, Liliana of the Last Hope, Grimflayer, Selfless Spirit. These are all cards that are just like, they are getting played in Modern. And this set did not have Masterpieces. It did not have Expeditions. So what this shows us is that as Wizards starts to move away from putting expeditions and masterpieces and sets, we're going to likely see more power in what they put in the rares and mythics.
One would hope. And honestly, with the Ixalan spoilers that we've seen so far, I am already way more hyped on a lot of these cards being good than any of the Amonkhet, Hour of Devastation stuff that I saw.
Right.
And look, I loved Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation. Go back through our Twitter, you will see. I just raved about this set from a lore standpoint, from a story standpoint. I was all about the flavor. I was all about the story. Honestly, Wizards set the bar high for me for stories of blocks going forward. They better deliver because they've proven now that they can. But with Ixalan not having any of the, we'll call them masterpieces. That's what they are.
Treasure cards that you aimlessly buy tons and tons of packs of.
With them not having that, it seems like perhaps Wizards makes the cards better? That sounds weird, right? That sounds weird.
No, I don't think it does sound weird because they're putting the actual value in the set rares instead of putting it in these treasure cards.
It looks that way to me. It just sounds weird that the R&D department would sit around and be like, all right, well, we don't have really expensive cards, so we really got to try on these cards.
I mean,
That's weird to me.
Battle for Zendikar is honestly a tragedy when you have a set that was as amazing and as enchanting as Zendikar was originally, with the fetch lands and Goblin Guide and just like...
And that was the first time we saw Eldrazi, and that was unlike anything we had seen. So Eldrazi at that point were new and awesome. And then
That's true.
Battle 4 just became like an Eldrazi fest. They were everywhere.
And it was so mass open that all the cards are terrible.
Right.
None of them have value.
Yeah, that's what it turns into. Don't buy packs of that unless you're chasing.
So in conclusion of our main phase... get rid of all of the most... If you don't think you're going to play it in an EDH deck or in a modern deck...
That's what I was going to ask. What do you think can go in an EDH deck of this list? I'm looking at Ally of Zendikar.
Yeah.
That could go in one.
And
Ulamog in the right deck.
Yeah, Ulamog. And Kalidas is really good.
And the big splashy cards aren't going to lose too much value.
Yeah, Cosmic's Return is, kind of specific to Eldrazi.
Right.
Liliana Liliana the Last Hope.
Kalidas just got support with a Vampire EDH deck.
Right.
Pre-con, and people are really high on that deck, so I think Vampire EDH decks are going to be running around for a while.
And Kalidas has proved himself in Modern as well.
Yeah. As we move into our attack step this week, I just want to take a moment and address Wizards of the Coast directly. Wizards, focus up, right here. I'm talking right to you, Magic the Gathering Online. I know you've had some rough times lately. I know there's some, new tech, new programs on the horizon that may or may not replace you. Probably not. May or may not improve you. Probably not. But I have a suggestion. If you want more people to play and to play together, why not add Two-Headed Giant to the entire program? Wouldn't that be simple? I played Duels of the Planeswalkers. There was arch enemy in that. I've seen multiplayer MTG technology be a thing. Why not take that technology, take out all the animations and the, pretty stuff that made it look cool, and then take out all of the buttons that made sense and make it a little, nonsensical to keep up with what's going on, and then add a confusing clock feature, and there you go.
I hate the clock.
You've got Two-Headed Giant and MTGO. How simple is that?
Yeah.
You're done. Why would people not play that?
Yeah,
I would play that.
Make it casual. Make it a casual format
Take the clock
people
away.
aren't constantly looking at the clock.
Or double the clock. You can't take it away, because I understand, you don't want people sitting there. I understand the reason for it. Anyway, Two-Headed Giant's one of my favorite formats. We've played Two-Headed Giant for years.
Yeah, we love it.
We play Two-Headed Giant Commander casually. We play Two-Headed Giant Sealed once a month at our local game store. MTGO's kind of lacking in that arena.
Yeah.
Maybe something co-op. Maybe.
Or maybe a different shuffler. Unrelated.
Let's move into main phase 2. Jake, what do you got for us?
All right, so main phase 2, we're going to be talking about an uncommon that was spoiled in Ixalan.
We're going to talk about a couple cards from Ixalan, 2 in particular. Talk about our uncommon.
All right, so the uncommon we're talking about today is the Siren Stormcaller. Now, what's really notable about this card is it's a
Is how hyped I got when I saw it?
It's so good. 1/1 flyer. And you can pay 1 blue to counter target spell or ability that targets you or a creature you control. This, cards that come to mind when you hear this are Judge's Familiar, Curse Catcher, Mausoleum Wanderer. But all of these cards are instant or sorcery.
Right.
Okay, so they're specific. And what else is notable is they're all soft counters.
Yeah.
So this card comes in late game in a standard deck, and people are even talking about it for Modern. And this is going to protect Spell Queller's in Modern. This is going to protect your big threat in Standard. This is going to get you around Bojuka Bog effects. This card, like Thoughtseize comes to mind.
Yeah.
You know?
Look, this card is good. I saw it when it got spoiled, and I went, oh, nice. 1/1 flyer for 1. That'll be cool and limited. Wait, what's this ability? Oh, it must be dumb. Oh, wait, hang on. Wait, hard counter? Wait, what? Oh, my God. Uncommon? What?
Yeah.
What? What's going on?
I mean, with the power...
Screenshot, text to Jake.
If it
Jake
were like
freaks out.
just a 1/1 flyer for 1, it's good, it's playable, it's not amazing.
No, it's not amazing, but it's a great limited card.
But this card, it isn't a soft counter. It is a hard counter.
It just goes, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
I think it's so potent. And right now, I'll just say, I bought 20 of them at 79 cents a piece.
Right now, it's under $1. Right now, I think it might be sold out everywhere already.
Well, it's definitely going up. I'm seeing them at like $1 and $1.25. And I think this is not going to be like as potent as Fatal Push, where when it came out, people are like, oh my God, it's going to be legacy playable.
It's not that uncommon. It's not that uncommon. It is a little less of an uncommon, but it is, I think it's...
This is going to be like
$3-4
I'm guessing a $7 to
potential?
$10 foil, I would imagine.
Exactly.
$7 to $10 foil, and I think the card probably gets up to like as much as like $2.50 once it really finds its home.
Right.
It will find a home. It's just a matter of where does the price point go, and I think it settles around like $2 or $3 with a $7 to $10 foil, and if it really blows up, if it sees Modern play, we may be seeing bigger prices than that.
Also from Ixalan, guys, they're reprinting Lightning Strike.
Yeah, this is as close as you will ever get to a Lightning Bolt.
Lightning Bolt ain't coming back.
Ever again.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Seriously.
Ain't coming back. Lightning Strike is as close as we get. By the way, goodbye a braid.
Well,
you're not needed anymore.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe a couple in the sideboard.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
It ain't necessary.
That's true.
It ain't necessary.
You might bring in a braid if there's artifacts.
Possibly.
Yeah.
There's some cool pirate ships. Maybe Vehicles makes a comeback. Dwarves.
Yeah.
Hey, look, dwarves from Kaladesh are going to be able to crew some pirate ships.
Maybe.
There's some cool stuff happening there, possibly. Who knows?
I do like that we have Vehicles again.
What it means is Lightning Strike is going to go into Ramanop Red automatically. Probably a 4 of. Ramanop is going nowhere. I mention this specifically because I bought a bunch of Bomat Couriers when they were under $1. Due to shipping and personal reasons, I didn't get them out on time, and so the prices already dropped back down to about what I bought them at, and I don't really want to break even on them. I don't. I just don't. I want to make at least $1 a card on
So
this.
Joel is just shamelessly go out, buy Bomats, raise the price, so that he can sell them at what he wanted to sell them.
Yes, use our platform to raise my prices. No,
Yes.
I'm saying I think Ramanop Red is not going anywhere. I think that Lightning Strike means Mono Red is still going to stay a deck.
It's potent.
Planeswalker, it didn't
face,
top 8 in the
creature.
latest GP, which was GP... Putting Jake on the spot here.
It was the T name.
It didn't show up in top 8 GPT name, but...
I believe it was Washington, D.C.
But I do think... T name. So maybe it didn't show up there, but I do think the deck is coming back, especially with Lightning Strike there to close it out alongside Hazaret the Pervert.
Yes.
Let's move to the end step. Next week, MTG Arena is a thing now.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about if it's going to have any ramifications on the paper game, what those ramifications are, and if we think it looks fun.
We're going to be talking about Ixalan over the next couple
Spoilers are falling every day. We got to figure out what are the good cards, what are the bad cards, what are the decks going to shake out to.
I'm looking for that undercover card that isn't super expensive, that everybody's hating on, but for some reason it's going to be really good. That's what I'm looking for. And then you're
going to buy 4 pages of foils of it, and they'll stay at $1 forever in his notebook.
All right, Joel brings up SRAM Senior Edificer and nothing else. Guys, man, We are Jake and Joel are magic.
Thank you for spending your time with us. Thank you for allowing us to get in with the quiet speculation community. We are so pumped to be here.
We are pumped. We have been pumping iron. We are a couple small content creators, originally from Georgia, living in the LA area. We're going to be bringing you content weekly.
Yeah, on our channel we do a lot of comedy-based MTG stuff.
Yes.
We, Jake and I are really into the finance aspect of it, and so that's why we've joined the team here to bring you our perspective on the happenings of the multiverse.
Yes.
We appreciate you watching. We appreciate your comments. Please, we follow every single thing that all of you say.
Yeah.
We really want to know what you want to hear about. We really want to know what your hot takes that you want us to look into. Any gripes or complaints you have for Wizards, give them to us.
Yes.
We'll shout them right at Wizards, and they'll listen to us. They'll tell us exactly what they're thinking.
They won't.
They don't care about us.
They don't care at all.
They won't care. But we'll say them to them anyway.
Yes, we will.
We couldn't be happier to be
scream
here.
it from a mountaintop. We will make our way into a tall building, and we will get roof access.
Yes.
And at that point, we would have bribed someone for a megaphone on the street. So we have that with us.
Yeah.
We brought a sack lunch.
I probably beat up a cop and took their megaphone.
You wouldn't have done that. That is not good. But we would have got a megaphone from an upstanding citizen. It would have been a transaction. And we would get to the top of a building, and we would use the megaphone to scream at Wizards, at least until a helicopter comes by and we get any kind of small-town press. No, we would not get shot at. We're just people with a megaphone on top of a building,
I thought
Joel.
we were getting sniped in this scenario. No. We're just like, Ramen Up Red is here to stay. And they're like... And we're just like...
What do we... In your mind, do we have a hostage? Like, what are you
Yes!
doing? No.
Why would we not have a hostage?
We bought a megaphone from a person who's
and
like...
then we take that person hostage so we get the money back. Haven't you played Grand Theft Auto?
There is no money involved in this. We are taking the community's unrest and screaming it from the top of a tall building.
And then getting sniped for our transgressions.
I don't think we're on the same page. But we're really happy to meet you guys.
We're pleased to be at Quiet Speculation. We'll catch you next week. I'm tapped out.
I am so tapped out.